Hello, I am Ninya Ina Finn and I am the editor for group for the project video presentation of the different fields of civil engineering.
Hi, I'm Jensny Gonzalez, and I will be discussing what transportation engineering is.
Hello, my name is Jerry Adoko and my topic is about the work of a transportation engineer.
This is Alessandra Z.B. Mahinay reporting on how transportation engineers change the world.
Hello, I am Denzel V. Montoya, and I'm responsible for reporting the branches or specializations of transportation engineering.
My name is Nika Rakina, and I am here to report on the importance of transportation engineers and what happens when they are gone.
This is Dashiell Rose Earth, and I am assigned to discuss on how to become a transportation engineer in the Philippines, including the skills needed. So if you want to know on how to become a transportation engineer, then let's get into the discussing video.
Before I define transportation engineering, let me first define engineering. Engineering is the branch of science that deals with the design, building, and maintenance of machines, its systems, and structures. As defined in Merriam-Webster, engineering is the work of designing and creating large structures or new products or systems using scientific methods. There are many distinct fields of engineering, as it is involved with almost every profession. One of the main branches of engineering is engineering, and a subgroup of it is transportation engineering. So, what then is transportation engineering, aside from being a subgroup of civil engineering? Transportation engineering is the application of modern technology and scientific principles to the planning, design, research, operation, and maintenance of transportation systems, with two principles of safety and efficiency kept in mind. Transportation systems include roadways, railways, waterways, and intermodal transportation, which deal with transporting large-sized goods. Basically, any product or system that moves people or goods from one location to another falls under transportation engineering. Transportation engineers build these systems in order to provide a safe, rapid, comfortable, convenient, economical, and environmentally compatible movement of people and goods. A common misconception of transportation engineering is that transportation engineers are interested in only the infrastructure, transportation system, and vehicles. While that is true to some extent, transportation engineers also keep in mind the travelers, the people who use the vehicles, and basically who use the transportation system to have a better understanding of the whole system. It includes urban and technical forecasting and planning the design, which requires four things: the estimation of chip generation, which is how many chips are made for what purpose; the chip distribution, which is the destination of the traveler; the mode of transportation, which transportation system is used; and the route assignment, which street, railway, airway, or pathway is used. In order for transportation engineers to build a transportation system following its objectives, they need to be able to identify multiple options for transportation, identify problems that are present in the existing transportation system, brainstorm solutions to the problems, and recall the purpose of construction design to optimize the existing transportation system. To summarize, transportation engineering is the application of scientific innovations and principles into construction and maintenance of transportation systems, which are built in order to provide a safe, rapid, comfortable, convenient, economical, and environmentally compatible movement of people and goods. It focuses on the infrastructure, mode of transportation system, its system, and traveler. Four things are needed in designing the system: the estimation of trip generation, the trip distribution, the mode of transportation, and route assignment.
Now, what do transportation engineers do exactly? Well, we understand that civil engineers plan, design, and construct infrastructure projects and systems. In transportation engineering, the engineers who specifically work in this branch have the same role or responsibility. Transportation engineers are civil engineers who mainly focus or deal on designing highways, airports, railway systems, and bus systems. They plan, design, and construct mainly on projects concerning transportation systems. They help in coming up with solutions for traffic issues, public transportation pathways, and meeting the needs of the people. Their role in society creates a huge impact on making transportation easier and convenient for everyone on the road. They help reduce risks and ensuring safety for people on the streets as well as people in vehicles.
What are the branches or specializations of transportation engineering? Just like civil engineering and its branches, transportation engineering have five major branches. But for convenience sake, we'll just use the acronym HAPIT. HAPIT: Highway Engineering, Airport Engineering, Port Engineering, Infrastructure Engineering, and Traffic Engineering. HAPIT: Highway engineering. This involves the planning and designing and maintenance of roads, bridges, and tunnels to ensure safe and effective transportation of people and goods. Next, we have airport engineering, which, as the name suggests, refers to the designing and building and maintenance of facilities used for the landing, takeoff, and movement of aircraft on the ground, like airports and airfields. Basically, transportation engineering, but more on the flying side. Next is port or harbor engineering, which refers to the planning and designing and construction of ports, harbors, and canals, and many more other maritime facilities. However, it is not to be confused with marine engineering, since marine engineering is actually another type of engineering that is separate from the main branch of civil engineering. Then we have infrastructure engineering, which refers to the designing, building, and the maintenance of infrastructure services that involves all user services and services to the public, like sewer systems, supplying water, electricity, telecommunications, and many more. And last but not the least, traffic engineering, which refers to that of using engineering techniques to achieve the safe and efficient movement of people. Basically, traffic engineering deals with the functional part of the transportation system with focus on the researching and planning of safe and efficient traffic flow, such as road geometry, sidewalks and crosswalks, cycling infrastructures, and many more. However, now comes the question of what's the difference between highway engineering and traffic engineering. The difference is that highway engineering refers to the planning and construction of the structure itself, while traffic engineering is more focused on the traffic aspect of the structure. But please do note that it's not that uncommon for the two to overlap. And that was all the five branches of transportation engineering, or as I'd like to call it, HAPIT. And speaking of HAPIT, HAPIT na tama ho man. So to wrap things up and to summarize what I've said, there are five major branches of transportation engineering, namely HAPIT. HAPIT: Highway Engineering, Airport Engineering, Port Engineering, Infrastructure Engineering, and Traffic Engineering. That's all from me, and I'll see you soon. Denzel out.
To get to a place, we have roads, railways, and bridges to take us there. According to McGill 2021, it is a transportation engineer's responsibility to plan, design, operate, and maintain systems of transportation in such a way as to provide safe and convenient movement for all that uses them. When there are roadside hazards and substandard road conditions which causes accidents, transportation engineers are important in avoiding these, as they check on these hazards and fix them before any harm could be done. Without transportation engineers, the number of road accidents will increase greatly because there will be no one to check the systems of transportation. Not only that, there wouldn't be any systems of transportation without transportation engineers to make them.
Transportation engineer jobs are specialized skill jobs, so the minimum requirement is a master's degree in transportation engineering, or to become a transportation engineer, earn a bachelor's degree in civil engineering or a related field. Pursue an internship with a transportation company or civil engineering firm to gain hands-on experience in planning and designing projects, preparing estimates, and evaluating traffic patterns. Use your civil engineering degree and internship experience to obtain an entry-level role in transportation engineering. After working for several years, consider earning an advanced engineering degree to become eligible for management positions in transportation engineering. There are some skills needed to be an effective transport planner. First, the ability to think around the problem, identifying complex problems and reviewing related information to develop and evaluate options and implement solutions. Second, good project management skills, motivating, developing, and directing people as they work, identifying the best people for the job. Third, excellent communication skills, talking to others to convey information effectively. Fourth, system analysis, determining how a system should work and how changes in conditions, operations, and environment will affect outcomes. Knowledge needed to be a transportation engineer. First, design. Knowledge of design techniques, tools, and principles involved in production of precision technical plans, blueprints, drawings, and models. Second, transportation. Knowledge of principles and methods for moving people or goods by air, rail, sea, or road, including the relative cost and benefits. That would be all on how to become a transportation engineer, including the skills needed.
Now, we talk about the salary of a transportation engineer. How much does a transportation engineer really make? If you are a civil engineer deciding on which field of civil engineering to take up, no matter how much we try to deny it, income is something that has to be considered when making a decision regarding this matter. So, let's get into it. So to start, just like any other job, the salary of a transportation engineer depends on where he or she is working. The average salary of a transportation engineer here in the Philippines ranges from 19,000 pesos to 43,000 pesos per month, depending on what part of the country you are working in. In India, transportation engineers make 35,000 rupees per month or 22,000 pesos here in the Philippines. In the United States, the salary of transportation engineers ranges from $5,700 to $10,416 per month. In pesos, this would be 290,000 to 531,424 pesos.
Now, let us move on to how transportation engineering changed the world. Transportation engineering changed the world in terms of structural planning, design, operation, and maintenance of safe and efficient transportation systems. As time passes and technology continues to develop, this type of engineering revolutionized the world, from road designs to complicated airport structures. To fully understand this subdiscipline of civil engineering, we must first look at the importance of transportation itself. Transportation can be defined as the movement from one place to another, and it plays an important role in the daily lives of human beings. A society cannot function optimally if it does not have measures in place to facilitate transport. From movement to work, to travel around the world, being able to arrive at various places, or even deliver different items on time is vital for overall productivity and sustainable development. People, resources, jobs, and economies all need seamless movement to keep the entire world moving forward. Transport is a vital sector, and the amount of expenditure and investment in various operations have far-reaching effects on the economy. This can be seen in how an increase in fuel costs affects expenses in homes. With that being said, it is established that society needs transportation to move forward. The construction of bridges, railways, canals, dams, airports, sewage systems, pipelines, and structural components of buildings is crucial in the development of society. With the help of transportation engineers, the world has changed in a way that transportation is guaranteed safe and efficient for everyone in society.